Hi, beautiful beings of light. This is Yana, and welcome to my YouTube channel in the month of July of 2022. And again, extremely intense and powerful energies of transformation, transmutation, of ascension, of transitioning, right? We are transitioning, we're ascending, we're going to the next harmony universe, number 2, soul connection, consciousness expansion. So, and today is the full moon in Capricorn, and it has to do with structure and also with discipline, organization, and I would say even the divine justice, because those are the system busters, renegades, right? All this corruption now exposing, and for me, what happened to me in the military, so-called the MC, those astral recruitments, trying to make Marine out of me or super soldier, because I came with a military project for young veterans back then in 2009. And then, of course, if they cannot control you, they want to dispose of you. And that happened January of 2013. But, I had... looks like, I had all my powerful technology kind of already... line up, and I was established myself in that inner core, plus we are the starseeds, we're the Indigo warriors, we're highly evolved souls, we're the volunteer soul, right? Do these transformational work and doing the work of that's the integration of polarity. Okay, we come here to this human experience, into this extreme darkness, and needs to be transformed, transmuted, right? We have to invoke the violet flame, Saint Germain, okay? And it's extremely powerful, part of my Ascension protocol, okay? I work with those energies. It does work. There's science behind it as well. So, so that's, so we can live in unity, peace, Christosophia consciousness. And I'm here for those guys who were abused in the military, okay? Because I experienced this. And, now all this confirmation, everything's coming to that cycle. And as we are, ending this old cycle, the Kali Yuga, entering the new cycle, that's the Satya Yuga, Satya Sai Baba. We're going back to the divine, going back to the cosmic heart of Mother, Father, God, back to the solar rishis, that's the threefold flame, or to the emerald order, okay? And those who are of the, those who are on that Christos mission, those who are on that starseed mission, right? I mean, we're embodying the avatar self. I'm on the transformational kind of mission, invocation of the violet flame, and that's how we're helping humanity. And my sibling soul group, the Indigo warriors, who ended up in the terroristic organization, in the in the cult Skull and Bones, and the Satanism going on, Luciferism going on, sodomy, witchcrafting, black magic, all this pollution, pedophilia, pornography, okay? Because the abuse of the power, the abuse of your sexual power is enormous, okay? Especially the Zetas. I know how the Zetas operate. They when you join military, they chip you. You have all kinds of jabs going on, AI going on, even chips, holographic inserts in genital area as well. That's how they siphon your life force, and that's how they do the sodomy. And that's why we need to bring everything right side up. We have to correct. I talk about those kind of things. It does exist. And for me, all these confirmations pretty much right here in front of my face. So Kundalini rising, right? We need to go into our heart and start cleansing, clearing, purifying our aura energy field, so we can free ourselves from this first 3 chakras through being in our heart, right? Like speaking our truth, really decalcifying the pineal gland, okay? And here we go, the violet flame pretty much help us to align the chakras so we can connect to God, to source. Because the Marines, or the super soldiers, right, they're disconnected. They have all kinds of chips and technology. The back of the neck, okay, they disconnects you. It disconnects you from the cosmic energies, and of course, your pineal gland. Either they hijack it or they contaminate it, and this also is for humanity, for other people, like very important, right? When you meditate, you close your eyes, you go into your third eye, and start See, I feel the crystalline technologies. I immediately connect to that higher mind. So it means that ego mind, the linear thinking, needs to be transformed, transmuted. Okay, so then you can feel your multidimensionality. And again, did I mention this is very powerful technology we've been given from the solar rishis, from the ancient builders, from our Christos. Founder races. There are holy. Divine parents, okay? We're like the babies of the universe, the children of the universe with the best of the best ET-DNA, okay? So with this technology, those are the particle chakras, and then we have the anti-particle chakras. You can bilocate, you can teleport, you have the psychic abilities, psionic abilities, guys, and you can cloak, decloak, just like Mahatavar Babaji. He's a deathless yogi on a path of immortality. So I'm bringing yoga and Ayurveda into my project, into the military. I mean, I had that back in 2009. So I'm resurrecting, right, the project, and just kind of, teaching and just introducing all these teachings, everything that helped me to breathe, to talk, to be, to feel, my divine presence, okay? And it took me many years. It cost me lots of money, okay? So see how everything goes, everything unfolds. So let's do some prayers and invocations, guys. We are in between, like in the middle of all happening, everything at once, okay? There's also bifurcation of consciousness, right? So it means, there are people choosing ascension and people who are not choosing ascension, and that's all respected. It's all good. It is what it is. At the same time, here we're holding the sacred space for all of them, whether choosing, not choosing, just like the sun is shining bright on everybody, okay? So that's the unity consciousness, the law of one, part of my ascension protocol. So again, being in your heart, in your center, extremely important. Making sure your spine is straight. When you close your eyes, feel your third eye, or go to the middle of the brain where your pineal gland resides. Your tongue is touching the upper palate. And then sometimes, I'm just doing the circuitry. That's the belly button, and here this area when you just kind of pull it up. Okay, so just gonna get your circuitry going, meridians going, the energy going, okay, because we're 99.9% energy, 0.1% matter. We're sound, light, frequency, vibration. There's also a very important point at the back of the neck. Okay, and here actually, was it Donna Eden? That's the energy medicine. She teaches all that, guys. So, and now we're entering the new golden age in Aquarius. So Saint Germain, very important, the master of this new age. Plus, he is the master of the violet, the seventh ray, the violet flame of transformation, transmutation, of joy, of moksha, of liberation, of freedom. Okay, so, and of course, an embody is the energies of the divine feminine, Holy Mother, Divine Mother. Just, like in the military, right, there's this bastardization of the divine feminine, and they were worshiping Baphomet, some kind of AI, dark mother, all these lunar forces running the base in mathematics, the satellites there and all these chips, and just creating those fake wars, right? And those guys in the military, nothing but puppets and batteries for the negative ones, those native aliens. They're actually in our space, and we have the controller groups. They're in touch with them. Some of them actually, they are the aliens, because they can bring themselves into the human form. There are cloning factories all over the globe. Okay, so we are exposing all that. It's kind of very difficult, complex operation that is happening. I mean, there's so many things that were not disclosed, all this classified information, right? We need to declassify it. We're doing the ET disclosure because we're the ET, we have the ET DNA. And for me is the corruption, in the military, the recruitment things, the recruitment corporations, okay, in the astral planes, okay, and how they desecrate you, the satanic ritual abuses, the sodomy, and that they're perverting you, and just creating pretty much transhuman, autonomous Just those guys have horrible mental, emotional, and suicidal issues, right? And where is this coming from? What is it all about, right? So I've been kind of studying that before, and plus I had this brutal experiences and also brutal awakening in 2009, right? It had to do and just being close, being in this Kings Bay Naval Submarine Base at St. Mary's, Georgia, right? So called Trident. It was a nuclear powered submarines. They're running nuclear energy transmission for the Georgia Guidestones. But this is now the control matrix is falling down, right? They were kind of exploded, and this we are exposing it because we need to know the truth. Only the truth will set us free. We need to exit, right? And in order for us to exit, we have to also transform the darkness, but we have to bring into the light. We have to acknowledge it, right? And acknowledge it and kind of accept that things like that been happening and now they're transpiring, and make peace with it, even though it's not easy, right? It's through our heart and being compassionate, witness, and forgiveness. So this is also the color, the color, actually the violet flame is of forgiveness as well. So thank you, Saint Germain. So let's do some invocation and then some chanting, just kind of clear the energy, clear the space, everything that we are going through. Okay, it's very, very challenging, I'm sure for lots of people. So many people don't even know what's going on, what this is all about, right? So having that connection to that inner Christ, to that inner self, is extremely important. Beloved, I'm presence bright. Round me seal your tube of light. From ascended master flame, call forth now in God's own name. Let it keep my temple free from all discord sent to me. I'm calling forth wildfire to blaze and transmute all desire, keeping on in freedom's name till I'm one with the wild flame. Beloved, I'm presence bright. Round me seal your tube of light. From ascended master flame, call forth now in God's own name. Let it keep my temple free from all discord sent to me. I'm calling forth wildfire to blaze and transmute all desire, keeping on in freedom's name till I'm one with the wild flame. Beloved, I'm presence bright. Round me seal your tube of light. From ascended master flame, call forth now in God's own name. Let it keep my temple free from all discord sent to me. I'm calling forth wildfire to blaze and transmute all desire, keeping on in freedom's name till I'm one with the wild flame. And of course, the breath work, very important, right? Focusing on breath. And just feel the energy of the transformational violet flame, transforming, transmuting everything that needs to go, the old programming, all conditioning, the old belief system, all this dogma, all this trauma, the pain body, the shadow self. May that violet flame penetrate your entire body. It goes to every cell, every molecule, every organ in your body, every part of your body, right? See yourself from head to toe being engulfed in that sacred violet flame of transformation, transmutation, of freedom, of liberation, of joy and forgiveness. You can imagine yourself now sitting in that beautiful magenta violet heart, and just feeling those loving energies of Holy Mother, Divine Mother, comforting you, healing you, loving you, guiding you, and just repairing your light body. That's your Merkaba, your Ascension body. and even healing you on that emotional, mental, spiritual, and physical plane as well. Very important also to ground those energies, right? Just always connect to the earth of Mother Earth, connect to the core of Mother Earth, Mother Nature. So you can ground those energies, you can feel your body, or learn how to be in your body, how to be comfortable in your own skin, and how to trust this process of ascension, of healing, of transformation. Know that all is well. You're divine, you're this beautiful, angelic, luminous beings, right? With 12 strands of DNA, with plasma light body. With a crystalline heart. Remember, the golden sun is within you. And you can imagine that spreading around you. It's like a sphere, like a globe that you found yourself. And you can use it also as a protection, as a God sovereign free boundaries. I mean, each and every day when you do the transformational work, right? Seal yourself in this golden light, in this golden sphere. And just feel the energies of the new golden age in Aquarius. Those are actually energies, like revolutionary energies of new technology, right? Communities in unities with ET, okay? And just being independent and revolutionary. And usually on the out breath, right? You just kind of release whatever needs to go, just feel light. And that's how you heal and you raise your frequency vibration. You increase the light quotient, okay? Because the law of vibration is extremely important in this age of Aquarius, okay? So we need to do the transformational work in peace. The healing work needs to happen. It's very important. So I'm very grateful, thankful for all the protests, right? And for all the collapse. In the obelisk was it in the Philippines, and there's a fire in Vatican, but we have to stay calm. You have to still hold that peace. Those, right, on the Ascension journey, those are the Starseeds, the Indigo Warriors, the System Busters, and the Renegades, and we're the column of light shining bright. We're the frequency holders for the new golden age, for the new earth, okay? And as you know, I came up with a credo for the new earth jurisdiction. Again, everything that happened to me, okay, bring everything into divine justice, and I do it through knowledge, through illumination. I am just kind of doing it how I'm directed, working with the Ashtar Command, the Galactics, the Andromeda, right? Council, the Andromeda Galaxy, and that's a crystal star family hosting this ascension. So and this is what I do. This is how I operate. Of course, we have angels, our guardian angels, ascended masters. And cool, El Moria, he is the ascended master of the first ray. That's God's law, God's will, okay? So the blue ray, the blue flame, okay? That's the soul of Christ, Archangel Michael, guys. So the divine justice, the guardians. So there's a huge, big responsibility, and we have to do it wisely. So there's this beautiful prayer. I don't know where this comes from. From Heart Center of Freedom Flame, right? So we had the 4th of July. Now we have like the full moon in Capricorn, guys. So you know, it's the it's rising up, the escalation of energies. I mean, it's just getting huge. Some people really don't know what's going on, so we have to really pray, meditate. We have to be focused, doing the inner work, okay? Because the change happens from within, and it starts with us. O God of freedom, Saint Germain, O Lord of seventh ray, let mercy flow and justice reign upon the earth today. We hear your angels' holy song now wafting from above. The violet light is blazing bright through hearts afire with love. O freedom flame, we now acclaim forgiveness' gentle way. O violet joy, we now employ your alchemy this day. Or Saint Germain and Portia dear, today we take a stand. Let cosmic mercy, love, compassion flow throughout the land. A golden age is dawning now, and freedom is our goal. Oh, blaze the violet fire to all, to every heart and soul. Or Saint Germain and Portia dear, the seventh age is here. Magnificence of violet fire in action now appear. Forgiveness, mercy, freedom, justice flow in our rebirth. Release the flame of transmutation unto all on earth. Just very beautiful. Like, we can recite it, right? I mean, that's kind of how the inner alchemy, how that works, guys. We're very powerful co-creators with the divine, right? We're watching our thoughts, feelings, and emotions, even our words and deeds and actions. Okay, now everything's accounted for. Yeah. Like, what goes around comes around. People think that, you know, those negative ones, they can escape because they think they're above the law. This is not true anymore, because we're bringing also the law of one here online. We're bringing the divine order here online. We're going back to the emerald order, right? The Stargate D12, Armatena, the constellation of Lyra. That's the creator of human civilization, guys. Our true divine history has been hidden from us, so we have to resurrect that through our DNA, through education, through studying, whether it's the Ascension material or the Guardian material. For me, it was Lisa Rini, okay? And then, of course, doing the inner work, where you'll get the downloads from your soul, and also from your higher self, from your soul, and also from your over soul, okay? Monadic, that's the monadic self, guys. I mean, we're, you know, very powerful beings. I mean, that's how we were created, having direct connection to God, to source. This is your avatar self. That's the universal mind, okay? That's the Christosophia consciousness. And here in pre-matter, okay, the threefold flame, that's again very powerful technology that was kind of implanted within us, okay? That's the flame of the violet, of the pink, right? That's the unconditional love. Then you have the golden or the yellow. That's the divine wisdom. And of course the emerald, which is part of the blue flame, and that's divine power. So we're going back to Trinity, the original blueprint, the original architecture, structure, right? Even the Capricorn here, the full moon in Capricorn, right? This is what it's all about, going back to our original divine order, divine original blueprint, okay? And we need to establish the divine order here, and through the Galactic Codex, right? That's the systemized code of inner ethics. You can find it on my website, yanakalai.com, and you know, I'm coming with a credo for the New Earth jurisdiction, because everything is coming online, everything is surfacing. All these things needs to be actually acknowledged, embraced, and transformed, transmuted, right? We're going back to the light, so from darkness back into the light. And so all these, you know, underworld, right, the underground military bases, all these horrible experimentations, who knew, right? It was happening behind the, well, you know, we just didn't know that all these treaties behind the scenes, okay, trading humans for highly advanced technology, and in the entire infrastructure, the Project Paperclip, right? And now everything is surfacing, and control matrix collapsing, and the Georgia Guidestones, right, including that, for me is just like just kind of a total confirmation that everything that I went through and all the questions been answered, okay? And we also had the reconstruction of the astral plane, because you know, in the military, right, those guys, high level souls who join the MC, right? The corporation, the Marines. Their soul consciousness been hijacked, polluted, and that's why I know that their aura energy field, right, very contaminated, fractured. Okay, the mind compartmentalized, even their secret geometry upside down, running the reversals, right, methodologic reversals in thought being in thought adjuster through all the jabs and the nanobots and the graphene oxide, polluting their bodies and their blood as well. And then of course the graphene oxide, it goes through the blood-brain barrier, and you're nothing but an automaton robot, right? Just the direct programming. Okay, the MK Ultra, you're just nothing but a puppet and batteries, and you have this beautiful sacred geometry that the controller groups, the negative ones, are siphoning from and damaging, because the negative ones, their agenda is to destroy the angelic divine luminous race. Galactic Codex, divine intervention, right? This is not happening because we're going back to the Christos founder races, the solar rishis. I have a connection to the rishi sages of the Himalayan mountains, and that's why the volunteer souls, we're here on a rescue mission. We need to exit the phantom matrix, or the blended reality, and going back to that original architecture of the 15-dimensional universal time matrix. And I do it through inner work, transformational work. So let's go ahead and do the let me see, some chanting, right? I'm a being of fire. I am the purity God desires. And then we can invoke the bija mantras, just kind of restarting the energies in our aura energy field, in our chakras. Remember, very powerful energy here in the coccyx area. Okay, that's why those guys in the military, they were chipped there as well, in their genitals, and sodomy, black magic, witchcrafting, sorcery, just name it. That's how they were stuck in that underworld, right? Okay, so spine is straight. And let's get ready. 108 times. I'm a being of fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of odd fire. I am the purity God desires. Take a deep inhalation. Inhaling breath. Just be absorbed in those energies of that sacred violet flame of transformation, transmutation. Just feel the power. So the energies of forgiveness, of joy, of liberation. And just imagine the negative energies, all this dogma, trauma, the pain body, the shadow self is leaving your entire body system. Your physical body, your emotional body, which is the astral body, the mental body, the spiritual body. All is being released from all the cells, cellular density, from all the molecules, atoms for all the bodies, the body system. So everything is vibrating. You're sending those energies to source. You're sending those energies back to light. And the energies of the unconditional love, just imagine how it's descending upon you and it's blending with your heart and your soul. This is the inner alchemy. This is the transformational work. Just feel being lighter and lighter. This is how we're raising the frequency vibration. Ready, inhale. Just kind of exhale. You're releasing everything that you don't need anymore. And you're embodying the energies of unconditional love, of peace, of joy, of happiness, of abundance, of success. The energies of your divinity that is restoring your true divine original blueprint in your DNA. In your DNA structure, in your heart structure. And also in your brain. All these neurons and neurotransmitter synapses being restored, recalibrated, rejuvenated, regenerated. This is the power of imagining and working with the violet flame. Thank you, Saint Germain. Beloved, I am, and so it is. So guys, there's a science behind it, okay? So you start seeing actually your aura start changing, transforming, transmuting, right? Instead of having holes here, just like I had, and all this black goo. Your chakras, your aura started being crystallized and then nicely colorful. You are resurrecting the sacred geometry in each and every chakra, and also the powerful technology of Merkaba, right? That's the Ascension vehicle. That's how the consciousness travels to the next, to all those dimensions. We're transitioning to the next octave, and that's how you're multidimensional actually. So very powerful technology here, implemented already, in our bodies, guys. This is bioquantum crystalline technology, super quantum computer. Okay, and so let's do the bija mantras. Okay, and just kind of reawakening the kundalini, the serpent power, right? I'm not talking about the inverted structure of it, the reptilians, the reptiles, the lizards, the dracos. They inverted even the energies of the kundalini, right? And use it for black magic, sodomy, witchcrafting, sorcery, okay? In those underground military bases, and even doing it for, doing it to children and even infants, okay? So unfortunate, but that's why, we have to correct everything. And we need to transform these energies and raise the frequency vibration so we can liberate ourselves from this false matrix, with the archon, right? Of the archons with the draconian measurements and this falseness, false light, and all these reptilians or satanic Luciferian hierarchy, worshiping Baphomet or Satan or Lucifer. Okay, so again, this is Lam, Vam, Ram, Yam, Ham, Om. So let's just do it 3 times. So start again, feeling the energies of your body, of that light body, and just your focus goes to each and every chakra, and feel or imagine them being healed, being energized, recalibrated, rejuvenated, and then aligned. Okay. Lam, Vam, Ram, Yam, Ham, Om. Lam, Vam, Ram, Yam, Ham, Om. Lam, Vam, Ram, Yam, Ham, Om. Again, surround yourself with these loving energies of each and every chakra, forming the rainbow colors, the rainbow structure. Beautiful colors. Imagining them as being crystalline, cleansed and purified. And energized. Just feel your power. Comes from within, right? Building that inner core, extremely important. Know yourself and be free. Kingdom of heaven is within. Abun de bashmanit ka de shamoch. Tete mal kutach. Nehwe tibiana aikana de bashma ahbar. Havlan lachmaresun kanan yaumanat washboklan habain wachtain. Ay kanadaf kanan shwachan lahayabain. Wala taklan anasina. Ella patsan min bisha. Mitud lachem malkuta wakil lawatash bukta. La alam almin. Amen. There was Lord's Prayer in Aramaic. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And please lead us back into the paradise, into home, back home. That's where we belong, as beautiful, multidimensional, angelic, divine, luminous beings. And help us with this transition, and with exiting the matrix. Please help us with the liberation, with healing, and with the transformational process. Okay, guys, that's all for now. I'll talk to you next time. Okay, have a beautiful day and many blessings, and namaste.